Hey everyone, it's Cindy Kennedy. It is time for your Mojo Boost, and I know it's been a while. It has been 2 whole weeks since we've connected, which has never happened before. So I'm going to tell you why, but first of all, let me tell you what this Mojo Boost is really about for you. Often we get so stuck on how things are going to look. We don't think so. Sometimes we have no idea that we've caught ourselves up. My dog's going crazy, in assuming that things are just going to happen a certain way until something else occurs in our life. Now, sometimes it's something that we really want and we didn't realize was going to happen now. I've had so many different people realize there's been opportunities internationally for them when they didn't think it was going to happen, or a new job opportunity, or a new partner or love interest has come into the mix. And while it's exciting, how they thought their life was going and the plans they were making suddenly now get a little bit stilted and stunted, and they kind of don't know how to deal with it. It's so important for all of us to remember that life is constantly in change. So for you right now, there are certain things that feel like they're just steady. Steady, whether it's a friendship is steady, where your living's been steady, your home has been a place you've lived for a while. There's comfort in that. But we always have to remember that things will change. Always. And sometimes not how we remotely expected. And to remember that we're okay with that. Just think about a couple things that have happened in your life. Maybe just one thing right now. One thing that you totally didn't expect. But looking back, you realized how amazing it was for you. Or that you were able to get through it. All of this increases our own adaptability. And it's this adaptability that starts to build our resilience and our ability to shift with change. Now, I'm going to take you back to why I have been a little remiss at sending out my Mojo Boost this last 2 weeks, because I've been going through exactly that. So 2 things. One, I've had the amazing opportunity to do a 3-month, fairly intensive business coaching contract with an organization in the city, which means because we've relocated a good 20-25 minutes from our house while it's getting all renovated, it means we have almost an hour drive into the city at rush hour, which is crazy. Then I'm working full days coaching back to back, and then we drive back. So it's changed our complete sense of our lives. We're used to walking in to get groceries, meandering into the city. Took us 5 minutes to drive into the city if we needed. It changes things, and you have to adapt. Now, the second thing is that I'm going to see how you can see this. I have big news. I told you I have big news, and I promised to let you in on it. So here it is. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Okay. So I hope you can see it. Can you see the big, beautiful belly? You got it. So you know what that means. No, I'm not bloated. My husband and I are just over 5 months pregnant, so we are expecting a beautiful little bub sometime in December. So our life, of course, has been completely thrown upside down, obviously not even half upside down of what it's going to happen in December. We're overjoyed, we're thrilled, we're so ready for this amazing adventure and feel really blessed that we had a chance to be parents. So what does this mean? So using me as an example of how we have to stay adaptable to things and give ourselves room to breathe for life, because life is not stagnant. We have to be able to remember that there's certain things that we're going to have to let go of. And it doesn't mean letting go permanently. So for example, if your health starts to shift and change, it doesn't mean that triathlon that you were starting to train for, or that job that you were starting to work towards, the study, if that's too much for your body to handle right now, it does not mean that can't happen. It might mean you just have to become a little more flexible and adaptable to how you can do that. It's not going to be the way that looked or the way you've actually approached it right now. But there are ways. So for me, to actually do a Mojo Boost every single week and put in a whole bunch of time and effort into my programming, it's happening, but it's happening in a very different pace. A pace that's going to give breath and time and space that I need for other things that are just as much a priority. And of course, this little one growing inside me, which is the number one priority. And I have to let go of that. I have to let go. So I'm still committed to you because you are so important to me in this gorgeous community of conscious people. Living their best lives is exactly what it's all about. So I'm still here, but how it's going to look is a little different. Probably I'm going to see Mojo Boost about twice a month. And as I get closer to Bub's beautiful arrival near Christmas time, I'm going to let you in on what my plan is. And I'll tell you, part of me has an idea of how it's going to look, how I can continue to support you when Bub's actually here. And part of it, I don't know yet. I got to trust that it will figure out. So I still make a commitment, just like you can still make a commitment to the things that are important to you in your life. But give yourself space to let it show up differently if that's what's coming up. It does not mean that you won't follow through. It does not mean that it's never going to happen. It might just need to find its own time in another way. So just know I'm cheering you on if that's where you're at right now. And if you're not, just remember that. All the things that are just stagnant and just settling in, they're going to shift. They are. That's how we can continue to grow, to learn, to develop, and to offer even more of ourselves out in the world through that learning process. Okay, gang, it's great to see you again. You will hear from me soon. Don't you worry. And have a fabulous, brilliant day. And Bub and I are going to go have a little tiny rest this Sunday afternoon. Okay, big hugs. See ya.